It's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars with a 1955 Chevrolet 3100 Shortbed truck. And this is a second series 55, what they call the Tri-5, 55, 56, 57. And this one's had a few modifications done to it. I'm going to take it for a spin and show you around the truck. So, this has got a 350 V8 with a 700 R4 automatic transmission. Shifts flawlessly, nice and smooth. So the big modification on this truck is it's sitting on a 1976 C10 chassis. So it's got it drives like a 76 model. Of course, there you can see, I always do the finger test there. You can see how straight I'm driving. Really no play in the steering wheel. It's got power steering. It's got power disc brakes in the front. Just drives really smooth down the road. I mean, still drives like an older truck, but not like the original 55s do, where they, kind of steer all over the road and hard to brake and stuff like that. I mean, I drive a lot of originals and I enjoy those too. So, but man, just being able to steer the steering wheel like that is so nice. And there's a few little things I do. I mean, just starting this video right off, put it in reverse and show you that. I would, I'd take this Chevrolet steering wheel off. It looks like it's from a 90 C10 or something, and put something like a wood grain or an older original style steering wheel on there. But to each his own, and that's why I don't finish these trucks. I let sell them to the next guy. This is just a really smooth running engine. Pop the hood here. Nice clean engine detail. Like I said, just listen to the engine just purr. Got a dual fan radiator. This will switch on when it warms up. Like I said, you've got power steering, power disc brakes. It's a really nice, clean. Actually, they put an Optima battery in it. It's a $250 battery. Let me, actually, I'm gonna lead that up. So, let me turn off the engine so you can hear me a little better in the video. Oh, the fans had just kicked on actually. So, couple of little rust spots in the truck, but overall a pretty clean truck. Very, very minimal rust truck. No rust in the hood that I'm seeing at all. It's got this stainless shroud there, which is kind of neat, I guess. I think somebody put that in to be a reflection of light at a car show. I see a few guys do that. Inner fender wells here are nice and rust free. And like I said, it's sitting on a newer chassis. They did a good job. Everything, the nice thing about this, instead of the clips, which a lot of guys do, a clip, with a clip you have a welt. That's not a problem. I mean, I sell tons of trucks, drive lots of trucks with clips in them. But this is a full frame, so there's no cuts in the frame whatsoever, except the very, very front and the very, very rear, where they cut off that couple of inches that doesn't fit underneath. Whoever did this, put the body on this frame, did a really great job. You can see that the wheels line up nice and straight inside the fender wells, both front and rear. It's got a good set of tires on it, and if you pay close attention as I walk around, actually the tires on this side match and the tires on the other side match. The sizes are identical, and if you just took them and had them flipped around with black walls out, you would never even notice, but the white walls are out right now. This truck's got a nice straight body overall. And I can get right up on it here in just a minute, but I just wanted to show you around. This is like an emerald blue. Love this color. This is one of those colors that this antique automobiles really, really pull off well. And the front and rear bumper have been painted gray along with the light bezels, and they look nice. The front and rear bumper, probably rattle can spray paint. So if you wanted to finish it off real nice, you'd want to maybe sand that down and put a base coat, clear coat, or even a true single stage paint on it. But it still looks really nice. There's the paint is actually not that old. It's only about a year old, or 2 years old, I think, what the previous owner told me. And you can tell that overall it's in really good shape. It's got a couple of little spots here. There's a little bit of something that looks like it could be buffed out. This is the only spot that I've seen there's a little bit of a pop there, but there's probably some skim coat, Bondo skim coat there. One little pop right here. I'm being super picky, and you can't even see those from 15 feet away, but when you get right up on it. Other than that, the sides look really good. Bottom of the doors are good. I don't see any signs of rust bubbling anywhere. The this is a decent driver quality paint job. It's not perfect, but it's a good looking driver. Fenders are just really straight. I mean, all the way around. The bed is straight. And whoever painted the truck looks like, I'm going to say they were a good painter, but maybe not an awesome body guy. Because if you get up really close, you can just see a few little spots that got painted over. You'd think, hey, if they would have just hit those with a sanding block a little better. But the top looks good. The drip rail is all clean and rust free, which is really nice. Actually, now that I say that, I see one tiny little hole there. I did not catch that before. Top is in good shape. Very consistent with the rest. Glass in the back is good. The weather stripping appears to be newer. There's a tongue and groove wood bed back here. This is kind of the paneling that you get from Home Depot. Not super expensive. And if it was me, it's been painted brown. If it was me, I'd probably sand back over it and get some of the wood grain to come back through. I don't think I would have painted it that solid, but everybody likes something different. And anyways, beautiful color. Really love this color. The doors sag just a hair, so when you open them up, they probably just need a hinge adjustment or a striker adjustment. So about right there, they're sagging by about a ½ inch. So when you go to close them, you can kind of get that. And they don't have weather stripping on them, so you got a little bit of a rattle. The windows could use new felts here, and of course the doors could use weather stripping, and that would get rid of, as I'm driving it, you can hear a few little rattles. That would really get rid of the rattles. Since they did put the cab on, they did a few modifications here and just put some patch panels on. I think the truck could use a carpet kit or a rubber mat. It's got a late model bench seat in it that looks nice. It's got the no rips or tears. Got the the bow tie emblem in there. Again, if it was my truck, I might think about upholstering this. I mean, it looks really good, so I'd probably just leave it for a while. But if I was going to continue to restore the truck, I'd probably personally replace this with a more antique looking steering wheel and maybe do the original vinyl style on the bench. But it's very comfortable. It's got the heater, and it does work. The heater vents are already here. Of course, ready for air conditioning too, and the heater does work. Dash looks really nice inside. I don't think the speedometer works. The oil pressure and the gas gauge, amps, and temp gauge, I believe, all do work. Also, I believe the original wipers are the wipers are electric. Yep, and they work. So looks like they're not dropping quite all the way down. That's not unusual. Glass is in good shape. Windows roll up and down. Vent windows are missing the little clip. That's not unusual to get those, put those back on. Underneath the truck, it looks like it's had outer cab corners at some point reinstalled, and they are rust free. When you look on the inside, a lot of guys do this. I don't know why, but they do. A little bit of rust left over inside. I see it all the time. Step up looks great. And of course this frame is from the 70s, and it looks really good. This is the original floor pan here from underneath. This is in really good shape. Little bit of rust here in the step up right in the front. Frame, of course, like I said, nice and solid. And there, your original floor pan, nice and solid. I don't see any rust there at all. Inside the fender wells, looks like a spot of fiberglass right there. Other than that, they look clean here. Around to the back, clean and rust free. A little bit of surface rust, but no real serious rust. And this truck will, you know, it's got a $700 4. It's got a, you know, highway geared rear end. No rust here. Same thing. Nice clean inner rear fender wells. To the front fender wells too. Try and let the camera adjust there. And then one spot of rust right there. And let's look at the other side. So if you wanted this to be a rust-free truck, you would want to go through, and there's about 4 or 5 spots on the truck you'd want to go through. This side looks good. Cut out. And of course, you know, LMC truck makes patch panels for these trucks. They're really, you know, easy to do. We've done a lot of them. And most of the spots that we're finding here are pretty common. Little spot there. Where's my finger? There, right there. If we look close, just a little. This is, of course, the other side of the original floor pan in great shape. Step up on this side. Looks like it was replaced years ago. You can see an old cut here. Cab corners are in great shape. Step up on the bed is in great shape as well. It's got a new exhaust system. It's not overly loud. The gentleman's truck. If you wanted to hot rod it out, you might want to change the mufflers out to some Flowmasters or something. Right now, it's a kind of a nice gentleman's truck. So there you have it, 1955 Chevrolet 3100. This is a beautiful truck. This is going to make somebody really happy. I think all the hard work's done. It's kind of the way I like to look at a truck like this. Maybe a couple of touch-up spots on the body or on the paint. Maybe if you really, you know, but it doesn't need it. It looks really good the way it is. Engine runs awesome. Transmission shifts out great. Like I said, power disc brakes, power steering. So this is a running, driving, ready to enjoy truck, just like it sits. It's a great little project to go through and clean up a couple of little rust spots, you know, no big deal. A little spot here, a little spot there. Lights work, you know. So anyways, it's peachtreeclassiccars.com. Give us a call.